So it looks like someone over at Apple is in major trouble because today we have leaks of an Apple Silicon iMac within Apple's own software because yes, in some XCode crash log, we see a mention of an Apple Silicon iMac that is yet to launch. And so yeah, Timothy's definitely sending his SWAT team over to him right now. But in the meantime, let's delve into what this could possibly mean for the release date of the new iMac. And so without further ado, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. And with that being said, let's just tuck in. So basically, delving into the report, the developer behind the application DarthCloud noticed in his crash log that apparently an Apple Silicon iMac did crash using his application, and of course, I'm sure you're aware, there is no Apple Silicon iMac in the lineup, and so this clearly is a pre-production version of the redesigned models that are yet to come. Now, I'm pretty glad to hear this because I think this adds to my theory that we could see an Apple Silicon iMac launch in spring. And the fact this supposed intern who had his hands on the iMac decided to use DarthCloud, an app for SoundCloud, on this machine, it leads me to believe the iMac is pretty much finalized and some people within the company are starting to use it. And I am certainly very jealous of them, but either way, that should mean that the launch is pretty imminent. Now, of course, I am assuming a lot of things here, and so you might be wondering, are there any other pieces of evidence that could suggest the iMacs are launching pretty soon? Well, of course, I have delved into some of these before, but number one, the 21.5-inch iMac, at least certain configurations, are still out of stock. It's been over 2 weeks, and Apple doesn't have them available on the store. And so that leads me to believe that Apple has no plans of restocking them any soon because, of course, they have the 24-inch iMac replacing the 21.5-inch iMac pretty soon. Not to mention, I have delved into some leaks and rumors in the past that have suggested the iMac should be launching in spring of 2021. And I can't be asked to go through all of them, and so check out the previous video in the iCard above. But the main ones were from the China Times, who basically said that yes, they think that we could see an iMac in spring 2021. But also Minchi quoted say back in 2020 that a 24-inch iMac was scheduled to release at the end of last year. And so if this is true, it's very likely this iMac was ready for production, and maybe some sort of minor hiccup due to COVID probably stopped the release from happening last year. But of course, since it was nearing production, it's very plausible that Apple releases it in early 2021 instead. And the final main leak is from Jon Prosser, because he mentioned as a wildcard that possibly the iMac could be ready to go by this spring. And also Jon's sources have told him that maybe this iMac could be launching way sooner than we think. And so that all leads me to believe that a spring release is pretty likely. To add to all of this, I also found a pretty interesting and somewhat fishy comment on this channel because someone claims they have a friend working at Apple, and apparently this mysterious friend told them to wait till April for the new iMacs because apparently that's when he or she thinks they would release. Now, of course, this is a pretty sus comment and I don't really believe it, and so, of course, a lot of salt is needed, but I did mention them because, weirdly enough, this was commented way before the whole March event controversy, and so, of course, somehow they seemingly had information about some sort of April event before we got confirmation from sources like Jon Prosser. So yes, there is a slim chance that maybe this person is right, and so hopefully they do leave us a few more tidbits in the comments from now on because I would love to have more information about the release dates of these new Macs. Anyways, pretty much all the signs point towards a release that's happening very, very soon, and so I do think it's very likely we see at least one iMac model launch in April, possibly the 24-inch M1 base model, before they get to the M1X iMacs a little later in the year. But tell me in the comments below, if you're planning to buy an iMac, which size will you go with? Are you going for the 24-inch, or are you going for the behemoth iMac that is the 32-inch version? Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. Check out the video in the icon above about certain OLED, iPads and Macs launching in 2022. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.